Welcome to the world's first Straight Talk Solarcast. This is your go-to podcast for answers about solar. Brought to you by Solar Harmonics in Northern California, who invite their customers to own their energy by purchasing a solar panel system for their home, business, or farm. Each episode, we discuss questions facing people making the decision to go solar. The solutions to your questions are given to you straight by one of the leading experts in the solar industry, Jamie Duran, president of Solar Harmonics. Feel free to search our library for answers to questions that you're facing when considering solar. And now, here's Adam Duran, our host with the questions, and Jamie Duran, our solar expert with Straight Talk Solarcast.
Hello, Jamie.
Hello, Adam.
How's everything in the land of solar this week?
Well, it's a brand new year, and it's our first podcast of 2025. So I want to say thank you to all the listeners, and thank you to you, and thank you to me for dedicating our time to letting everyone know that solar is still here, still rolling along, still rolling strong. And I think, boy, oh boy, this has been a crazy week already.
Yes.
All of Southern California is on fire, and I wanted to kind of talk about fire safety in regards to solar.
Topical.
Very topical.
I like it.
So
great.
The first thing is to determine, do you have insurance coverage? Because if your house catches on fire and the solar panels catch on fire, chances are that your warranty from the solar company or the solar manufacturer is not going to cover the damage from the fire. This would be covered by your home insurance. Mm-hmm. However, it will now depend how you paid for it. If you own the system, so you did a loan where you received the tax credit, or you bought it outright, then this should be covered by your home insurance. Mm-hmm. If you did a solar lease, you'll now need to check with the solar lease company. And I recommend everyone, put down what you're doing now if you have a solar lease, and call email, so you have it in writing, the solar lease company and say, hey, bro, if my house catches on fire, who's responsible? And I will let you know that they're going to say you're responsible, but it would be good to have it in writing. And with the solar lease, it's odd because technically, and not even technically, in reality, you do not own it. You're renting the panels. So, but I guess, if you're renting a car and you get into an accident, they are always wanting to sell you insurance. So, Adam, $1 million idea, selling solar insurance to solar lease people. Anyway,
it sounds like a gray area, right? Because you don't own those panels on top of your house,
right? And I'm sure there's language in the contract, but it would be good to know ahead of time, so you're not, if you're in the middle of a fire trying to figure out who's going to pay for these things if my house goes up in flames. And this is a real situation for people in Southern California right now, and Southern California is a massive solar market, so it's going to be really important to figure this out ahead of time. The next thing is, let's just say they say it's up to you to have insurance coverage. So now make sure to next contact your insurance agent and make sure that they know that you have solar panels on your roof. A lot of times this is a opportunity for the insurance company to raise the price and reevaluate your home and your home insurance. And in California, this is a massive problem because people are getting canceled or not renewed for fire danger. And so it's a touchy subject, and anything where they want to have you review your policy could end up in you getting a canceled policy. So tread lightly, and if you have I know it's crazy, but right now, this is not even applied to this round of fires, but last year and the year before, 2021, when there were gigantic fires in California, that was really the people who did not have, thought they had insurance coverage, or, they did have coverage. And then the insurance company said to the insurance commissioner, hey, we need to raise rates. And the insurance company commissioner said no. And then the insurance company said bye-bye. They left
Yeah, they
California.
left. Yeah.
And so now they're starting to come back. I think they might run away after this, but this is because those are gazillion-dollar homes and buildings that got just demolished in this latest fire. And so, in any event, check with your insurance agent. Make sure that they know that you have solar on your roof. If you don't know, then make sure that you add it. And you can certainly check around and get other quotes if possible. But definitely, if you have a $20,000-$30,000 solar panel system up on the roof, you definitely need it covered in case of a fire, because it would be no fun to have a fire and then go to your insurance company and they said, what solar panels? We didn't know that, and we require you let us know. And so that would not be fun. So
No.
whoever's listening to this, if you have solar, whether it's leased or owned, make sure to confirm with your insurance company that they know that you have solar panels on the roof. If you have a battery in the garage, that is another, that's another because a lot of fire departments are starting to, and especially in California, they're starting to ban the installation of batteries in the garage. They want them outside. And the battery manufacturers are saying they can go outside, but they can't be in direct sun. And so we're starting to get people contacting us saying, oh, hey, my batteries are in my garage. I would like you guys to move them to move them outside. And it's not as easy as just removing like a picture off the wall. There's a lot of conduit. There's a lot of electrical work, and it's like a reinstallation of the battery. So, and changes the warranty and all that kind of stuff. So, in any event, the fire safety, there's no problem with electric vehicles being parked in a garage, apparently, from the from the fire department, but they're not big fans of the batteries in the garage. So, but also make sure that the batteries, if you have them, are also called out in your insurance. And so, any questions so far on the insurance coverage?
No, I mean, it does sound like, I don't even remember if we let our insurance company know that we have solar on our house.
Well, now you know what to do right after this.
Yeah, I'm hanging up now, Jamie.
Yeah, exactly. That's the end of the podcast. No, now let's just say you do, there's a fire and you need to get out of the house. If there is an opportunity, if you have no time to get out, then forget all this advice. But if you do have time to get out, go to the side of the house or wherever your main electric service panel is. Get familiar with the circuit breakers that are in there. If there's a lock on it, make sure you have access to the key. And if it's behind a locked fence, make sure you have access to that locked fence. Because a lot of people do. And so the first thing is, turn off all of the breakers. Make sure you can turn off the natural gas. That's not really applicable to the solar, but it's a good idea. The fire department really, that's one of the first things they check when they come to a house. But if it's like this firestorm in Los Angeles, they're turning off power and turning off the gas at the utility. But it's, not a bad idea to turn off the natural gas, highly flammable, once it's, gets to your house. So that would prevent any gigantic explosions, hopefully. And then same thing with the electrical, turn that off, turn off the main, really turn off the solar panel system. And that way, if, the fire is happening during the day, it's not going to, solar panels are still going to produce power, even if it's a fire happening. So it's really a good idea to turn them off so the fire department doesn't get electrocuted or, whatever's going to happen, but, turn off everything. And it's really important, especially, electric vehicle charging and chargers are also in the off position. So they're not receiving power in the event of a fire, because fire and electricity don't go well together.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And then, if you have your solar documents, maybe back them up offline, Google Drive or somewhere else where you would be able to find them. in the event of a fire and everything gets lost and you now have to rebuild everything because now if you don't have that documentation, you kind of have to go back to the solar company if they're not around. Anyway, it's better to have control of all of your documents and have them offline just in case. And so people in Los Angeles are going to be recovering. I don't know how they're going to recover from this. It's going to take 10 years for this to get, to everything to get rebuilt, but it will eventually get rebuilt, and we'll see how things go. But I do, if you are in Los Angeles, I'm really sorry that you're going through this. This is terrible. We have relatives down in that area, and so we checked in on them. Everyone's doing okay, but it's a terrible way to start the new year for people, but maybe this is a good wake-up call for everyone else to get their solar ducks in a row with regard to their home insurance and what to do in case of a fire at your house or your building and you have active solar producing power, and how to minimize any further damage with the system.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jamie. Good one.
Oh, good.
Good one.
Glad you like it.
Good one. All right, we're going to wrap it up there. If you have any
Yep.
questions for Jamie for an upcoming episode, go to our Facebook page, Straight Talk Solarcast. Send us a message through there, and Jamie will be sure to get to it on an upcoming episode. If you have a friend considering going solar, this would be an excellent podcast to refer them to. That whole insurance and fire, oh boy, have you done that? Yeah. I hope your friend has. If they haven't, then you know what to do. Refer this podcast to them. If you have a question that you think Jamie may have answered on a previous episode, go to solarharmonics.com, click on the podcast link at the top of the page, and you'll be taken to a library of our past episodes. And finally, we have one big ask for you, the listener, in 2025. Write us a 5-star review wherever you heard this podcast. We would be greatly indebted to you, my friend. So until next time, see you.
That's all for now. Thank you for listening to this episode of Straight Talk Solarcast with solar expert Jamie Duran. Join us each week for more answers to your solar questions. Speaking of questions, got some? Email us at solarcast@solarharmonics.com and we'll be sure to give you an answer in an upcoming episode. This episode of Straight Talk Solarcast is brought to you by Solar Harmonics, the leading solar energy developer in Northern California, who invite you to own your energy. Visit them on the web at www.solarharmonics.com.